seen you guys in like 7 weeks. It's been a long vacation. And we're back in the middle of the 9 days, the beginning of the 9 days, actually. As tonight here in Israel, it's Gimel Av, the third of Av. And in America, it is the second of Av. Actually, I checked that. It's actually the fourth of Av here right now in Israel, and the third of Av in America. That's what I believe. Hope you guys are doing well. How's your summer been going? Our associate producer from Clifton, New Jersey, Judy Hertzfeld, has checked in. How's it going, Judy? Yep, we are back. This whole week we'll be just talking. Maybe I'll do an a cappella show sometime during the week, and maybe I'll have an interview sometime during the week. I know Natana wants an interview, wants a bunch of interviews, so we'll see if we can put something together. No singing today because it's the 9 days. So what does the 9 days really mean? What does it mean? Why would we not be singing during the 9 days? Because after all, the Sfaradim, the people who of Sephardi descent, they don't have these rules that the Ashkenazim have. They actually only have what's called as the week that is. And since Tisha B'Av this year has been 10, this year Tisha B'Av is on Shabbat and then gets pushed off to the 18th of Tammuz and then the 10th of Av, right? So it's called a nidche, and there is no week of the fast. Robbie Bindiger is asking me, where have I been? Well, I've been lots of places, Robbie. But the truth of the matter is I was in America for 3 weeks, and then I've been back around 3 weeks. The problem is I haven't been feeling well, to be honest with you. I'm trying to still acclimate to get back to the right time zone. I know it's been 3 weeks since I got back from America, and it's still not sitting 100% right, but this is the best that it's been, and I figured it's time to come on, give you guys a little update as to what's going on in Shlock land, what's going on in Lenny Solomon land, because we have amazing things happening. I'm working on 3 albums at the same time, and the day after Tisha B'Av, that means Monday, August. Let's see what that would be. It would be Monday, August 8th. We will be releasing 20 new songs at the same time. And that is as part of 3 albums. 20 new songs from 3 different albums. An entire album, that would be album number 42, which is called Nisim B'Nisan. It's all Hebrew. Album number 41 is called Shlock Rock Old School, and it's a parody album. We've done 2 songs out of the 12. And Shlock Rock 40, which is called The Big 6, we've done 6 songs out of the 12. So 6 plus 2 plus 12 is a total of 20 new songs. We still have 16 more songs to produce. We need sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, our new green screen. Take a look at our green screen. Nice. Lenny Solomon Live on the left, Shlock Rock logo on the right, and then in the front left corner, my left corner actually, so it would be your also left corner when you're looking at the screen, www.fourcornersproject.org, the sponsor of the Lenny Solomon Live program, and Lenny Solomon Live Show 203. So we have a very nice, I think, new green screen. I'll try to make a couple of new ones. If anybody wants to send me some green screens that you guys do with the Lenny Solomon Live, make a logo up, that would be awesome. You know how to get a hold of me, Lenny at schlockrock.com, Lenny at schlockrock.com. Name and city if you wish to opine. No, that's Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly. Anyway, send me any emails that you want. Send me any chats. Get in touch with me on. We are going now through, of course, 8 different outlets. We have 4 Facebook pages. That would be Lenny Solomon English, Lenny Solomon Hebrew, the Shlock Rock page, and the Four Corners Project page. 2 YouTube channels. That would be the Shlock Rock channel and the Four Corners Project channel. And we have LinkedIn, and we also have Twitter at Lenny Solomon. So there we go. As I've got my Derek Jeter jersey, no hockey jerseys yet. We'll start with hockey jerseys again in September when spring training starts, when hockey training starts. We are now off season from hockey jerseys. You know what? Maybe we'll go back to hockey jerseys next week. But during the 9 days, I figured no hockey jerseys during the 9 days. Okay, so that's what's been going on. Chirp in. Let me see if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. But let me tell you what's going on. So we've got these 20 songs that are coming out next week. When's the next time I'm touring? Good question. Right now, it's looking like Hanukkah. Now, obviously, there's a chance for a tour in Australia in October for Shabbat Parshat Bereshit and Parshat Noach. If anybody who lives in Australia is watching this and would like us to come out, or me to come out, it is doable. Get in touch with me. Lenny at schlockrock.com. Lenny at schlockrock.com. If you would like me to come to Australia, to Melbourne specifically, it could be Sydney, could be wherever, Perth. We've been there. You know, for those of fans who don't know, I've been to Australia 8 or 9 times. I can't remember. I've been to South Africa 9 times, England dozens of times, Canada dozens of times, of course. We still haven't been to Winnipeg. For those of you in Winnipeg that would like a show, let me know. Lenny at schlockrock.com. Lenny at schlockrock.com. Okay, so first things first. FourCornersProject.org is what keeps us going, and it keeps us going via your donations. The Four Corners Project is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization. We need your help in order to continue. You know, that's how these albums are getting made. They're getting made through sponsorships. You know, because we don't, you know, since Napster, hey, Robbie, if you're watching, tell me what year Napster started. Was it 1998? I think it was 1998. Napster changed the entire music industry, where people started sharing files. People stopped buying music. And when that happened, all of a sudden it became, how do you make an album? Well, you know, because you're not going to break even. You're not going to make money on it unless you're Taylor Swift or Bruno Mars. Or Harry Styles. Now we're going to date. Now we're up to all the new music, Harry Styles. So so Judy Herzl's asking, is Keep On Giving a cover or an original? It's an original. Keep On Giving, I'll just interrupt to answer the question. Keep On Giving was written in 1992. It came out on the Manual for the Moral Minded album, track number 6, and I wrote it after the riots in Crown Heights. And there was this whole concert at Medgar Evers College to try to bring the Jewish community and the black community together. Schlock Rock was one of the bands playing, as was Shlomo Carlebach of blessed memory. And I wrote the song, Gotta Keep On Giving, Gotta Open Up Your Hands, Gotta Keep On Giving, Every Woman, Every Man. So I wrote that song for that concert. And then we ended up releasing it on Manual for the Moral Minded. It's one of my favorite songs. And that's on Schlockapella too, by the way. If you guys if you want to listen to some Schlock Rock during the 9 days, because during the 9 days, you're not really supposed to listen to music, but you can listen to a cappella music, meaning music without instrumentation. So I have a whole album called Schlockapella, some great songs on it. And we will start working on Schlockapella 2 eventually. It might be the 43rd or 44th Schlock Rock album. We'll have to see. But right now, so that's going on. That's what's going on. We have 20 songs being released next week. How are you going to get them? It's a good question. So if you would like, send me an email, Lenny at schlockrock.com. Say, I would like the 20 new songs. Oh, there we go. Robbie answered. Napster started June 1st, 1999. So Napster was the eventual death knell of the music industry as we know it. No longer were you going to sell 50 million albums. Were you going to sell 50 million albums like Michael Jackson, Thriller? You remember when Michael Jackson, Thriller came out? He sold 50 million records. You weren't going to be doing that anymore. So, you know, I always had these grandiose dreams that Schlock Rock was going to sell, we're going to get to 100,000. We're going to get to, you know, whatever. Because remember, it's the Jewish community we're talking about. That once Napster came out, that was the end. because eventually people stopped buying music. Now you have a whole generation of people, probably age 35 and under, that have never bought an album. They've never bought an album. They just, it's just there. It's Spotify and all streaming. Streaming is the way to go now. So if I would get a billion streams, there's something to talk about. But Jewish music, when there's only 14 million Jews in the world, to get a billion streams is not exactly possible. But Robbie, thanks for that information. June 1st, 1999, Napster was born, and it was the start of the change. Let's call it the metamorphosis, the transformation of the music industry. So getting back to what we're talking about. So how are you going to get these 20 new songs? You're going to get them by emailing me, lenny@schlockrock.com, and you're going to say, please send me those 20 new songs, and I will send them to you. And hopefully, if you like them, you can make a donation to the Four Corners Project so that we can continue. If you would like to sponsor a song, that's also, we have 10 parodies that I'm about to write, and there's some really good ones, by the way. Schlock Rock is going to be, the parody album is called Old School, and it's 70s and 80s music that I missed the first time around. So it's Schlock Rock Old School, album number 41, and it's got some funny ones, got some good, funny, and educational tunes for you guys. Anyway, so Lenny@schlockrock.com, get a hold of me, and then so eventually it'll all end up on Spotify, but not the parodies. We don't put parodies on Spotify. We only put original music on Spotify. So the Big Six will be on Spotify, as will Nisim B'Nisan, which is the 42nd album, which is all finished. 12 Hebrew songs ready to go. Will be 12 out of those 20 songs are from that album. They will be released on Monday, August 8th. Very exciting times, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what about Daniel in Babylon? See the hat? Well, let's see if we can get there. We go. Daniel in Babylon. So Daniel in Babylon, we are looking for investment angels so that this project can be launched. I want you to know something very interesting. Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein, famous musical composers, Rodgers and Hammerstein, how did they do their musicals? The answer is they would go to people's houses and they would play the songs from the musicals until the people would invest, until they would get enough money to be able to launch their musical. So we're talking about musicals like Oklahoma and South Pacific, right? Those musicals. Carousel, which I think was Rodgers and Hart, but it might have been Rodgers and Hammerstein too. Not sure. So there was Rodgers and Hart, Rodgers and Hammerstein. These are all Jews, by the way. Richard Rodgers was Jewish, and so was Oscar Hammerstein. Isn't that interesting? Very interesting. As was, of course, Stephen Sondheim, as, of course, Leonard Bernstein, Stephen Schwartz. These writers are all Jewish writers. The musicals of today, the musicals of the 50s and 60s. My favorite musicals are the ones like are Oklahoma and South Pacific, The King and I, Guys and Dolls. And so Daniel in Babylon needs to come out the same way. And it's been 10 years since I wrote it. And yes, I am getting a little bit impatient. That's the way it is. Okay, what else do we got? Let me see. So we've discussed touring. Touring, probably the next tour is going to be Hanukkah, outside shot of an Australian tour in October. But in order for that to happen, I need people from Australia to get in touch with me. The Hanukkah tour, I've already had a couple of calls, so we'll see what happens, and I'll let you know when that becomes official. But that looks like Hanukkah in the U.S. Other than that, I am here in Israel, and we will be writing and promoting and fundraising, because that's, unfortunately, what I'm supposed to be doing is fundraising, which I don't like to do, ladies and gentlemen. No. So remember, let me see how long I've been talking for. 14 and a half minutes. Can you believe that? You just, and it's like, it's the best. The Lenny Solomon Live program is the best. This is show number 203. We're going to come on a couple of more times this week, but it will be a cappella or just interviews. So we'll have to see if I can get anybody to come on with me. But we're looking forward. And we have a great webisode that I would like to do. But again, it depends on sponsorship. So for those of you out there that have charity that you would like to sponsor for the arts, for culture, for Jewish education, get in touch with me, Lenny@schlockrock.com, Lenny@schlockrock.com. That's the way to do it. Or www.fourcornersproject.org and click contact us, and I will get the message. Okay. Anything else we should say? Judy, is there anything you wanted to say? Or Robbie? Let me see. Anybody out there? I think that's a nice start. We got a nice 15 and a half minutes for you guys. Keep on schlocking, everybody. We will see you sometime this week, maybe tomorrow night. Maybe tomorrow night. We got our Derek Jeter shirt with our Daniel in Babylon hat. And hope you enjoyed tonight's schmooze during the 9 days. It's day one schmooze of our 9 days week. We will be doing probably three shows. And we will see you either tomorrow night or Tuesday. What day is today? Today is Sunday. So we will see you either tomorrow night or Tuesday night or both nights. You never know. Keep on schlocking, everybody. Lenny Solomon Live Show 203 is in the can. All right. See you soon.